The content we are sharing today has been modified for older and younger students. However, after years of exploring various grade scenarios, we find that Together We Are Able is ideally suited for general education students, grades 3rd through 6th, and students of special education, grades pre-K through 6th grade. We highly recommend social inclusion from preschool on for all children. Let them play together and often so that misconceptions never get to take root. If the students in your school haven't interacted socially often, these grades are better able to address misconceptions and sustain the interaction. As a former elementary school teacher, I know how little time you have. Anything additional can feel so overwhelming. This program can easily fit into your existing social-emotional learning goals while creating social integration. To help save you time and maximize your students' learning, here are a few simple preparation steps that we've seen yield sustainable inclusion in the school setting. No one person can make changes last all alone, especially in an environment as complex as a school. In our experience, building a team to support inclusion is the only way to make it sustainable. An ideal team consists of the principal. This role is a crucial driver for whole school participation, including outreach to parents of special and general education students. The special education teacher. He or she provides invaluable perspective into the experience of students with disabilities and strategies to facilitate interaction specific to his or her students. The general education teacher. When the classroom teacher embraces social inclusion, all the students see it. Active adult participation, even on the playground, is critical for success. Special education assistants, healthcare, teachers' aides. We can't emphasize enough how important these professionals are in modeling behavior for the general education students and serving as a bridge for the students who might be nonverbal or struggle with socialization. Work closely with your team as everyone holds a key to successful social inclusion. Keep it easy. We found that a few brief lunches for inclusion planning between partner teachers are helpful. Do you have an inclusive playground near you? If yes, you have a great resource that will support a good 3 hours of play and interaction, and we'll be covering that in chapters 5, 6, and 7. If you don't, not to worry. Here are a few ideas that bring inclusive play onto your school campus. Location. Find an accessible location with some shade. We found that a slightly fenced-in area is helpful for students with autism who may need physical boundaries. If not, you can use cones to delineate the space visually. This helps contain the on-campus play experience. Finding a space a little ways away from the main recess yard can also help reduce stimulation for students with autism. Size. We recommend no more than one general education and one special education class partnering together on your campus playdates. More students in a small space are unmanageable and prevent social interaction due to the chaos. If you are playing on campus, you can even split up the general education class and alternate weeks between the groups. It is easier for staff to support the interaction in smaller groups. Frequency and duration. Most schools are able to sustain inclusive recess if they keep it to a weekly Fun Friday event either during lunch or recess. If you are just doing recess, we suggest keeping the play activities simple, given the time it takes to transition from the classroom to the play space. How's your supply closet? We recommend bringing 2 play options to each inclusive play event. Keep it simple, but offer a variety which can help students who need different types of sensory stimulation. We recommend supplies such as regular and sensory balls, musical instruments, bubbles, dancing scarves or a parachute for visual stimulation, hula hoops, and even simple books for quieter engagement. Creating whole school awareness is so important for sustaining inclusion. That's why we highly recommend trainings for your school's parents and staff. It creates the opportunity for the adults in the school community to create a mutual understanding of what social inclusion is and what prevents it, reflect on their own attitudes, beliefs, and feelings about disabilities and inclusion, and identify actions they can take to support interactions between students with and without disabilities. Now that the adults are trained and on board with creating social inclusion, it's time to bring our kids into the heart of the program with inclusive playdates and the workshops that precede and follow them. That's what we'll cover in detail in the next 6 chapters. But first, here's a summary of what we've learned in this section.